Welcome back to the place. You know the drill. Me and my dad are just talking about stuff that ultimately makes you more attractive as a male, since knowing most of my audience is male. And so I'm just gonna have this open conversation. I kind of hinted this in a moment ago, but here's the newest revelation I've had about most of my viewers. Okay, so most of my viewers, as we know, the hair loss videos are the most popular. It's a subject I do not care about. And you know that about me. You know I don't care about it. But yet we've got most of my viewers are not bald. They're not balding. They're teenage boys or in their early 20s, fearing that one day they would go bald, which is almost like fearing, oh no, one day I might die. Yeah, you're gonna die one day. We don't know when, but you don't live your whole life worrying about it. But it's as if they fear that more than death. They fear the possibility of one day going bald, even if they don't. Imagine spending your whole life that way. And so here's what I'm starting to learn about the audience. Knowing that they're of a different generation than either of them. Now, we are from different generations. You're a baby boomer. Then in between us, there's the Generation X, and then millennials, which I'm part of, but I'm technically kind of in between. I'm not like probably a true millennial in many ways. So when you're of a different generation, you can understand the other generations better. You can understand the stereotypes that they have within themselves. I'm gonna let the motorcycle go. It's a Saturday night in Alabama, and some insecure man on his motorcycle has to bring attention to himself. He's the guy that if he was in a conversation, he would just want to be talking about himself. Yeah. He wouldn't be asking you a question to learn about you. He'd want to talk about himself. Right. Anytime you have a car, it's a motorcycle, car, truck, whatever it is, ultimately that's what you're doing. So here's what I'm understanding about generations and of men and how they see themselves. So for you, going back to the 70s when you were a teenager, were you aware, and I'm curious, I've never had this conversation with you, were you aware, / are you aware, now that you're almost 63? Are you aware / were you aware that men are attracted to women on one set of rules and women are attracted to men on a completely different set of rules, and there's very little overlap? Is that common knowledge to you?
Yeah, it is now, but it definitely wasn't.
At what point did it become common knowledge to you?
Really, maybe in the last few years.
Why? Why in the last couple of years did you realize that?
I think, you just learn more. I mean, there's, I guess maybe from the internet, from reading things, even you taught me that, because, I lost my hair just recently. I've always had hair, but I mean, the last 4 years, it just really started thinning, and then finally, okay, it's time to get rid of the comb over and, just buzz it down. But, it was insecurity thinking, well, my wife, she's not going to want a man, bald-headed man, because I've had hair all my life, and she's like that. But, it really didn't matter. And when I shaved my head, she just told me how much she liked it. And how manly I was, and how much more even attractive she thought I was, once I shaved it down and got rid of the comb over thing. It wasn't a real bad one, but it was getting there, and I didn't want that. So yeah.
So and I'm glad we're having this conversation. This is real time. This is unrehearsed.
Yeah.
But it's important that we talk about this, because if you didn't learn that until you were nearly 60. Imagine what a gift it is for a teenage boy or a guy in his 20s to learn this now. Yeah. So we're going to openly discuss this. This is one of the themes I talk about, but sometimes it's more fun when you have a co-host. There we go. That did it. The twirl did it. I think. There we go. All right. So it's like this. And this is one of the themes in these videos, especially the hair loss videos. I perceive about the current generation watching my videos, teenage boys to guys in the early 20s, what I perceive about them is they are perceiving themselves as attractive based on the mindset of a gay man. And I'm not saying this, throwing it around to be funny. There's nothing funny about this. I'm not making fun of gay people. If you're gay, I'm glad you're watching my video. Welcome to the audience. The point is this: most of my audience is straight young men, teenagers, early 20s, and they think, well, to be attractive, I need to look like this. But I ultimately think that that's thinking like a gay man. Because if you're thinking, well, I'm a boy, I'm a man, I'm straight, so, and I know that I'm attracted to attractive females. I know what I think is attractive, and I know what makes females attractive. So I got to think like that, and I got to be just as equally attractive as a man as I can be, because I want an attractive female. It's already the wrong thinking. You're thinking like a gay man if that's how you're thinking. Because you're assuming females are attracted to men in the same way men are attracted to women, and it's simply not true. It's almost the complete opposite. So here's the truth. This is my gift to you. You being a straight man, not a gay man, stop thinking like a gay man. Stop trying to, because in gay culture, based on what I've had gay men leave in the comments, that there's this whole thing about wanting to attract other men by looking younger. Well, the funny thing is, so that would mean, so if you're losing your hair, then you're gonna look too old and other men won't find you attractive, whatever. Apparently that's a thing in gay culture that people have said in the comments. So I'm saying that because if you're a straight guy, why would you think like a gay man? The reality is this. See, this culture, this generation watching the videos, here's how they think. I have to eternally look youthful. I gotta be young. But that's not actually how it works. Women, when it comes to physical traits, are often largely attracted to men who appear older, not the same age. Because it's understood that women intellectually mature sooner. That's why so often in high school, girls are dating older guys. Because at least they can be on the same emotional level, intellectual level. So it's actually a good thing to appear to be a little bit older. So if your hairline is going back, or if you do lose so much hair that you have to shave it off, that's a good thing. And grow a beard. Anything you can do to look more masculine and even older can be a good thing. But even that's not the point. Because, and I've said this like in 5 videos I made in the last week, and look it up. Polls have been done. Hey girls, hey women, name the top 10 attractive traits you find in a male. Now, did you know this? When women answer that, they hardly ever answer that question by talking about a man's physical appearance.
Right.
Hardly ever. Do you know what some of the things they say?
Yes, more like someone who's going to listen, someone who cares about them, who shows them love and them attention, that type of stuff.
Yeah. And his smile, and that he's confident, and that he can make her laugh. Those 3 things, in conjunction with what you said, always are on the top 10. What's never on the top 10? Well, he's got to have a perfect head of hair. Never. It never comes up. But a really insecure man or boy is going to think, yeah, well, that's just because she's conceited and she's being dishonest and she's not talking about it. Again, an insecure boy or man is going to think that and distrust those surveys. But when you look at overwhelmingly the responses that women say in those polls, think about that. If we have a poll, and I'm not going to fill in the blanks because you can use your imagination, if men were to be polled of the same age, what are the top 10 things you find attractive about women? It's pretty much going to be a list of body parts. It's not going to be anything that she can make me laugh. She really listens. That she's confident. No. I mean, I think if there was one thing on a list that guys have other than body parts, it would be that she's not crazy or psycho. I think that's kind of how, like, what's the most attractive female I can find that's not crazy?
Yeah.
I really think that it's that simple. It's nothing more than that. And so, there we go. So it's that simple. So I've just taught you how a straight man should be thinking and attracting a straight woman. That's how it works. Stop trying to attract gay men. Start trying to attract straight women. If I could get away with that being the title of the video, I will, but I don't know that YouTube will let me do it without demonetizing this video. So I'll have to be creative. But ultimately, I'm very passionate about that message because I'm from a generation that can see that you're from a different one. I can see the stereotypes from the comments from people who are watching. This is very important. So let's just kind of talk through this. Let's make sense of this. So if you want to be more attractive, start researching what women actually find attractive and don't specifically look about the looks thing. Some girls don't like beards. Some girls might not like a completely slick shaved head if you're going bald. Maybe they want a little bit of stubble, like who I believe is one of the most attractive men in Hollywood, Jason Statham, who's definitely absolutely bald and not a tall guy. He's 5'10". So those coyotes, what is that?
Yeah.
That's coyotes, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're listening to Alabama coyotes. That's funny. What do you think they're doing that for?
I don't know.
Because when I grew up here, I didn't ever hear coyotes.
No, we didn't have them. They're just recent.
They migrated here.
Yeah.
Which I was just asking you this morning about, because we were talking about taking my son camping. I was like, well, can you just set up a tent in the backyard anymore? Or what if coyotes come by? I even asked you that.
Yeah.
That's weird. Okay. It would be, and I've thought about this a little bit ago in one of the other videos. What if, in hindsight, after we filmed one of these videos, you saw like something in the background, like a coyote or something?
A bear.
Yeah, a mountain lion. This is the mountains of Alabama. So, but going back to the conclusion of this video, you want to attract straight women, not gay men, right? That's the whole point if you're straight. So, knowing what they're actually attracted to, it's a matter of smiling. Let's start there. That's always at the top of this. Smiling. What does that mean? It means, hey, I feel good about myself, and I think I can make you feel good about yourself by being a good companion because I'm smiling. Because smiles are contagious. That's very important. And then, like we talked in those other videos, asking questions about her interest in what she's doing, what she's into. That matters. By doing so, you come across as confident. Now, granted, you may be 17 years old and have maybe a slightly noticeable receding hairline. Do you think she cares about that? She just met this sweet and funny guy that makes her just feel great every time. And that's what she's going to tell her friends. Done. That's all that matters. Done. It doesn't matter about your looks because you're a guy. If you're a girl, it's a different story. And I feel bad for girls, and I'm glad I'm not a girl because so much emphasis is on looks. And that is to speak on the male mindset. If you're a straight man, stop trying to attract other men. Start trying to attract females by thinking like females. It was Einstein, and I'm paraphrasing. He said, we cannot solve our current problems by trying to use a solution by using the same way of thinking that we found the problem. So if going this way is how you got to your problem, try going this way or this way or this way. Think a different way to get to a solution. Otherwise, you're probably not going to solve that problem. You're going to end up thinking like a gay man who's trying to attract other men instead of females. Closing thoughts?
No.
Did you learn anything from that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, and I just think that's my gift to my audience. They don't have a positive father role model like I have had my whole life with you. So I channel that gift to my viewers. What a gift for a 15-year-old boy to see this video and learn this now for the first time instead of waiting until he's my age or your age to process that.
Oh, yeah.
So you're welcome for that golden nugget. Your comments belong right here.